sorry. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Mary Ann, I get to evaluate another one of Mary Ann's speeches. I'm an evaluator of Mary Ann's speeches here almost as often as Mary Ann is a speaker of speeches. This was a wonderful speech, and what a nice way to take us into the holiday, where we are all filled with expectations and thinking about the past and thinking about the future. And oh, you know, I want this to be as good as the last 4th of July, and I don't want it to be like that one 4th of July where the house burned down. and I'm worried about what the next 4th of July, will all these people be around? And it tells us that we're going to stay in the present, because this is about the precious moment. Mary Ann's goal was to use a narrative and vocal techniques to help the audience understand and enjoy the selection. The speaker was to convey the author's meaning and emotions, and it is suggested that I got to read the entire project before I did this, but I didn't get to do that. So some of the questions here: to what degree did the speaker achieve the author's purpose? I loved the way Mary Ann spoke in a slow, calm style, and that's not easy for any of us. Mary Ann did an excellent job of slowing down her pace. She conveyed the various emotions that were there when she was talking about the present and the joy of the present. She was calm. When she's talking about wanting to find what this gift is, she can be excited. She can eventually be irritated that why haven't I found out that what this gift is, and angry, and she expressed all that in her tone of voice. Part of what I found confusing was that so much of this is done through a narrator, not through somebody speaking. So it's actually, the narrator is telling you about somebody's emotions as opposed to the person experiencing the emotions. And to me, you can't convey, as a narrator, you can't convey the emotions as well as you could if you were a speaker. One of the things that the speaker did to emphasize the importance of the meanings, where she had some wonderful phrases: left where he was and went elsewhere. What a way to tell us about the universality of this story. Laughed out loud together. It conveys so much joy. And then the one I liked is, pain is the difference between what is and what I expect it to be. And that tells us so much about not living in the present. Some of the other things, there was some confusion to me between the present versus the moment. Sometimes things were called a precious present, sometimes they were called a precious moment, and I had a pretty good idea what the story was going to be about just from the title, but there was times that I wondered if they were the different things, or if they were the same things, or if everybody in the narrative understood what that was, and that could be just me. Mary Ann had great eye contact. She was very relaxed on the stage. I liked the idea of legs crossed. In terms of another improvement, I thought the fact that the timing didn't fit, that it ran so long. A wonderful story, and I'm glad we got to hear the story, but I know you could find one that fit within the time limits. And so what a great way to start our holiday and be in the present. Thank you.